Hey, what's up? This is the video review for Beautiful Katamari on 360. For anybody who's never heard of Beautiful Katamari or Katamari Damacy in general, the premise is extremely simple. You're a little prince and you roll around a Katamari or a ball and you collect objects. The point is to restore the universe, but actually who cares what the point is? The game doesn't make any sense, and that's one of its main attractions. There's an insane storyline that sets you up to roll around the world and basically pick up objects. As you pick up objects, your ball gets bigger, and you pick up bigger objects until you're picking up huge objects. Sounds strange, but in practice, the game is actually extremely fun. You really can't describe the gameplay any more than that, you just sort of have to watch it, so hence the point of the video review. What we're really here to talk about is what has been added to this premise on Xbox 360 that makes the game worth buying. The price point is still a bit lower than other games, and at $40 it's pretty much a steal if you really like the idea of rolling around and picking things up. Also, this time around there's an online mode. This means that you can do the versus battle with up to 4 people over Xbox Live. Versus battle is really simple. You just compete to roll your ball against other people rolling their ball, except that this time you can knock into them and knock some of the stuff off. The winner gets a big pile of cookies, which makes no sense either, except that you can go on to the very detailed leaderboards and compare your cookie stats with other people. Speaking of the leaderboards, they're kind of original as compared to other Xbox Live games. You float around in space and you look at all the little stats that you've collected throughout the entire game. So for OCD compulsory collectors, you can go out and see what you've collected compared to everyone else, the size of your planets, and the number of objects you've gotten. This is actually a really big bonus for the game because while the single player is really short, it is more interesting to go through each level over and over again until you've collected every last thing. There's also a few downfalls to Katamari on 360. One of them being that the game really hasn't changed that much. The first game was a joy and it was a novelty, but since then we really haven't seen it change at all. And on 360 you'd expect just a little bit more considering the power of the hardware. Basically, you're still looking at block-headed characters running around in a very square world. Now, the humor is still conveyed perfectly through the graphics, but after seeing something like Eternal Sonata, you'd just imagine the possibilities of what this game could look like if they really updated the graphics engine. The other downfall is that the experience is just far too short. I beat the game in about a day and a half, and then using even online and collections and looking through the photo mode, you're really only adding a couple days onto that. So at the end of the experience, you have at most a week's worth of fun. And it is a lot of fun, it just doesn't last that long.